Do you think he's going to be successful with Manchester United?
I don't know, because I think the modern game, you don't get a lot of time as a manager. But I think for Ole, he's getting as big a tune as he can out of that group of players. And the tune is, one you're happy with 1 week and it gets you excited as a United supporter. The following week you're disappointed because you've been turned over by a team that shouldn't be beating you.
The problem you've got is Manchester United's two biggest rivals, Liverpool and Man City, got the two best managers in the world. Now, whatever you think of Ole Gunnar Solskjær, he's not one of the best managers in the world. He's managed at Molde, he's managed at Cardiff, he's done a decent job of coming at Manchester United. But I've spoken to Gary Neville a lot, and we've been critical of maybe the ownership. He knows a lot more about that than me, and I'm sure these lads do as well. And the thing that always come back, Manchester United are one of the biggest clubs in the world. And the line Gary used to use was, Manchester United used to have the best in class in terms of players, owners and manager. You can't sit here and, let's be honest about it, and say Ole Gunnar Solskjær is the best in class or the best manager Manchester United could get. But certainly at this moment, with the squad that they've got, they probably can't do anything more than that.
You say Pep's one of the best coaches in the world. What did he do in his first year? His first year at Manchester City. One of the greatest coaches around. A messiah. What did he do at Man City in his first year?
He finished in the Champions League.
Finishing the Champions League, and that's good enough for the best coach in the world, you're thinking. Finishing the Champions League.
His first year in League, and then he brought the full
And then he brought some players in.
Yeah.
Exactly. Even he had to sit back and go, he had to go to Man City and say, I need some players. I need to get 4 full-backs into the football club.
Who was the biggest spenders in the summer?
I'm going to have a guess. Man United?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I make the point, the recruitment has been up to it. That can't be just down to Ole. Who's deciding who's bringing... I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. Who was bringing the players in when David Moyes was there? Who was bringing the players in when Van Gaal was there? I don't know the structure of the club. Clearly that's not working because they're getting... Recruitment can be hit and miss, but they're getting far too many wrong.
Those managers you're talking about before,
the season's not finished yet. Man United can still finish 4th, and then we might go, you know what, you finished 4th, OK, we give Ole the benefit of the doubt. The season's not over yet. 4 places available to them. They might win an FA Cup. They're
Manchester United are one of the biggest clubs in the world. You think of... Would Bayern Munich or Real Madrid put up with what's happening with Manchester United at the moment?
Yeah, but we can't talk like that right now, and he hurt me to say that. We are not united right now. I think the damage has been done for 7 years. So it's not because of this game.
So how long is it going to take to get back there?
That's the real question.
For Liverpool, it's been 30 years.
That's what I mean, 30 years.
Well, we're all sitting there praising...
Just 7 years we didn't win the league, eh? 7 years, 30 years.
But we're all sitting here saying Liverpool have got all the answers. What if it did the answers? What were Liverpool doing over the last 30 years? Who was making decisions upstairs? And Liverpool, like I said earlier, have had some brilliant players here. Some of the best in the world. They've had some brilliant coaches. But it didn't happen. And they were chopping and changing coaches. All of a sudden, Klopp comes in. Takes a year or two. I came to watch Liverpool a few years ago. Honestly, they were shocking to watch. They got beaten here by Wolves in the FA Cup, and I'd be thinking, Klopp, he's got a big job in his hands. But he got it right. He got some recruitment. He was given a bit of time.
The biggest thing to get right as a manager,
they sold the player for 100-odd million, so that was able to help. So this idea that Liverpool have got all the answers and Man United are amateurs it's completely wrong.
That's what it boils down to. You know, one of the biggest things, if not the biggest thing, to get right at a football club is recruitment. Liverpool in the last 5-6 years...
It's the hardest part of the game.
It's been fantastic. Well, and Man United have been equally as bad. They've not got it right in the last 5 or 6 years. They've spent close to £1 billion. Liverpool, for me, in my opinion, it's only maybe Keita not come up to the expectation level. The rest of them have maybe gone beyond that. But for Man U, you're struggling to come up with anyone who said, well, he was value for money.
Because the coaches haven't been good enough. I keep going back to this recruitment, and it's not just a case of, listen, used to have been managers. You know, maybe how difficult recruitment is. That's my big thing about Jurgen Klopp. We see him up and down the touchline. He's on the pitch at the end. He's this big motivator. He's a man manager. Got his arm around the players. What's he actually doing on the pitch? It can't be right that the player you're talking about is probably the only one who hasn't hit the heights that was probably expected. What's actually happened on the training pitch there? And that comes down to having a top coach. And that maybe goes back to, since Sir Alex Ferguson left, have Man United had the right managers to get the best out of these players that could come in? Because you talk about bad recruitment. Probably more often than not, when Manchester United are buying players, I don't think we're all sitting there thinking, he's a bad player. I can't believe they've signed him.
What about the previous managers over the last few years? Are you saying they're all bad managers?
At Manchester United?
Yeah.
Do you think they've done good jobs? You slaughtered Mourinho when he was in the job.
I think but he needed more time.
He needed more time. You'd have given Mourinho more time on the back of the performance here last year.
Absolutely. That's the name of the game. Because we question Ole, he's not up to it. Look at his CV. But yeah, for some reason, other managers go to clubs and they're given the benefit of the doubt.
Probably the CV gives him the benefit of the doubt.
Frank Lampard's at Chelsea. I saw Chelsea last night.
He's been in the job 6 months.
And I'd say the same. Give him time. Give Ole a bit of time. How long's Ole been in the job?
Or is it 18 months? Just over 12
months? Is it that long? I don't think it's 18 months.
Last defeat here was, well, that's
Can we find out how long's Ole been in the job?
It was the defeat here at Old Trafford, wasn't it, with Jose Mourinho that did it? December 18.
16
months. Give the man a chance. I watched Chelsea last night. Chelsea, decent team. They couldn't get the job done. Frank Lampard's lost 8 games. But for some reason, Frank's doing all right. Frank, maybe because he's English. I don't know.
Well, he's ahead of Man United. He's had no transfer window yet.
Frank's track record, CV, went to Derby, didn't get promoted. But Frank's got all the answers for Chelsea. He hasn't.
But you
give
also-
him time. I'd say give the man time.
I completely agree.
It's nothing to do with Ollie and all this carry on. Give him a time. And the 3 previous managers before Ollie, are you telling me they don't know what the game is about, Jamie? They know what the game is about. David
So
Moyes,
who's the problem?
David Moyes,
Tell
David
me what
Moyes,
the problem
David
is on
Moyes was
Manchester
given
United.
David Moyes was given a 6-year contract. Alex Ferguson on the pitch going,
So you'd have kept
get
him
behind
on?
the manager, back him.
Would you have
I would have
kept
given him a bit
David
more
Moyes?
time. Not
Would
8
you have
months.
given him 6 years
Not
then?
8 months, and I wouldn't have sacked him on Twitter. I wouldn't have given him 8 months. Are you telling me David Moyes doesn't deserve more than 8 months?
I think he did, yeah.
Yeah, he deserves.
Absolutely.
So you still have him there in the job? OK, well, how long would you give Ollie? How long would you give Ollie
I'd
to
give
turn
Ollie
it round?
certainly another year. 100%. Another year.
And you think that'll get Manchester United back to the top?
I hope so. I can't see into the
You
future.
said another
the
year or a
recruitment.
couple of transfer windows. Because I think that...
You think a couple of transfer windows, Patrice?
Yeah, but not now. Now you're going to panic, he's in rush, and it's never good to do things in rush. I mean, I'm talking about like at the beginning of the season, when you lose, like, even if they're playing good or bad, everyone has his different opinion of Sanchez and Lukaku. But you have to replace them. Not now, because I've got my striker injury, so I have to find another striker. You will do... For me, the damage is like, it's been done like...
But that's another criticism of people making football decisions at Man United. Letting Lukaku go, who was obviously wanted to go, but he was under contract to United, and then you let him go and don't replace him, and then you're putting all that responsibility on a young Rashford, who's had a great season, but his goals are going to go for the next couple of months. So you are up against it now. So there's football decisions being made at United that have not been very good. And it will
Recruitment's been a
cost you.
huge problem at Man United for the last 4 or 5
Who's making those?
I don't know.
That's the real
got a
question.
clue.
If he's the manager...
Speculation around that there's
board,
a new
like-
director of football that's incoming, but this story is going to run a little
You up
bit,
for
isn't it? Yeah, very much so.
Oh, you've already got a big job, haven't you?
I'll take the money.